Welcome, Uncle China Doll. Um, Happy Tuesday. Shout out to everybody that's been listening. You are on call with China Doll. And if you haven't already, go subscribe to my Instagram page, China_doll27, as well as my TikTok. Trying to get to 10K, guys, with content. We're almost there. So share it. And if you've been enjoying the interviews, go share the live, you know, chop it up with us, hop in the chat. I like to talk my shit and get to the tea. And we got another guest today. So if you want to introduce yourself,
Carlito Black, aka Mr. Boss Life, and No Life. I'm in the
Mr.
building.
Boss Life. Okay. I like the energy. That's what's up.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you hopping in.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, of course. So I know like the first time I actually got to see any of your stuff was at the Heat Wave event, which shout out to you. I liked your performance that day. And
Thank
one
you.
of your songs really stood out to me. And I was like, oh, that's type fire. Which I believe is Ola, right?
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
I was shocked. I was like, yo, that's a vibe for real. I like it. So then I was curious, like, because I didn't expect that from you. I'm like, oh, I really want to get to know more, like where he comes from, a little bit of your background, and then we'll get into like a little bit of your music. But um, are you even Spanish? I need to ask that.
Black and Dominican.
Oh, for real? Oh, who's
Absolutely.
Dominican?
That come from my father.
Oh, yeah, daddy. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So you are you like really in tuned with that side?
Um, Sadly, my pops he passed away when he was killed when I was 3 years old. So,
Mm,
um, my mom is
yeah, man.
my other side. So it was just her and me and his family because of I'll just say because of some things he did in his past, kind of like it made a gap between me and them.
Yeah.
So I really didn't get into. I like always had my Puerto Rican Spanish friends and all that stuff like that, and we always clicked off back. But I ain't really get into it as much as I would like to. Because the
That's
funny
deep.
thing, my
Mhm.
my brothers, my three youngest brothers, they're black and Puerto Rican.
They live in Puerto Oh, they're Black and Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
Ah. Well, my deepest condolences. I even appreciate you even opening up with that. I know that's difficult. Um, so I'm assuming your mom didn't have really any connection with the family, like, after that?
Not really. My auntie, my grandmother, they always I was their baby, so they stayed in touch with me and stayed close, and a
Mm,
couple of cousins. But even on my father's side, he had a very large family, but because of his mistakes and stuff like that, it kind of like was like a gap. Like he's like, I guess they look like, oh, he's father's son, so in some way he gonna turn out like him. So they say
which is
they
so
just.
unfortunate, right? To, like, automatically assume, and I know I really don't talk much about me on here, but because you shared that, um, my biological parents was in the life in the street, and I was taken away at 3, and they were both sick because like the time of the 80s of everybody, getting high, doing their thing, in and out of jail. And it was an assumption too of like, oh, if you keep doing this, you're gonna be just like them. And it's like I'm my own person at the end of the day, right? Like, and I find that regardless of however your parents are, like you're still always gonna have that love and wanna have that relationship no matter what. You don't judge them for their own actions. That's just shit they got into. And back then, everybody was into shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So it's like, how you gonna hold that from you to really know him or get to want to know who he was just off of
yeah.
what he did.
Growing up, it was rough. It was rough because you see other kids with their fathers and stuff like that. And I had a
Yeah.
stepfather, but that's like kind of took some time for me and him to connect like that. But not having
Mhm.
them around, I see my brothers with their fathers and being able to connect and everything like that. But then with me, it's just like I became alone off of that alone. And plus,
Do
I
you
like I
feel
remember.
yeah, you feel like it was still a disconnect, right?
Yeah, because I remember the only memory I have of my father was his funeral. That was my last memory of him. He wasn't around much even when
Mm,
he was alive. So yeah, it was tough. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of followed in his footsteps. I was a little worse, but I didn't want to go out the
I mean,
same way.
it happens,
Yeah,
yeah. It's definitely traumatic though for a kid because I remember when I had to go to my pop's funeral, I was 11, and that was the first time I met my two sisters at the funeral. Never have seen them a day in my life before that. And the same where there's not much memory with him as he was alive, right? That's the only memory you have. Um, and then you start to question of other things of like, why didn't they want to be more present, and then what were they really like, and it's not the same because when people be like, oh, you still have someone that's taking care of you, and you still being loved, and it's like, I get that, but that doesn't feel the void of the
I
person
agree.
that I want it to be. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
agree.
yeah, it doesn't feel that because I was adopted, right, by my biological mom's sister. So it's like, yes, I had a good life, but that still didn't take away from what a parent is to you, no matter what, right? Because that's where you're born from. So I definitely get that 100%. And so when you say that you fell into his steps, what do
Yeah,
you
I
mean
was.
exactly?
Yeah, I was in this. My pops was he did his drug dealing thing or whatever the case
Okay.
may be, robbed or whatever. I was like 10. I was like kind of 20 steps like worse than
20s.
that because
Okay.
my thing was I was in everything. I was like a I ain't gonna say I was bad because I was never no problem starter. I never
Mhm.
started anything, but my way of like creating a solution was a little more extreme than it needed to be, and I I sold drugs myself, got into the whole gang banging thing, had my first gun early, way too young, and I was just out there just what. But it was a gift and a curse because it kind of helped me to grow up like way faster and understand this wasn't for me.
Mhm. Do you feel like you was really out there because you were searching for something specific?
Not having him around, but having my like I looked at my mother like my mother was everything,
Mhm.
and the older I got, it's like, all right, I look like my mother. Like I'm literally my mother's twin. So
Mhm.
everything that I knew came from her, like as far as her temper, her looks and things like that. It brought a lot of questions on like what came from him. Like I don't know him to say, okay, I
Like,
can
what did I
relate.
really get from you, bro?
Exactly. They just gave me stories. Like I hear the stories, but the stories wasn't even like good. I'll hear a few things here and there, but the stories wasn't like okay. He was a good
Mm,
guy, even though he did. It was just like bad stories from all over the place. So
yeah.
with me, when I got into the street thing, it was just like I said, I became a loner. So me being in the streets, it was a sense of belonging somewhere, but it started young. My first fist fight ever was I was in first grade. I got jumped, got spit on. I like
First
fought,
grade is crazy.
yeah, and
What?
I fought like I really was like fighting three other kids, and from there I just got in defense mode. I like felt like everything about my life from then was about survival. So that
Mm,
made me jump into like head first. Like I gotta survive. So I felt like
mhm.
I was doing what was necessary to do that.
Yeah. So you feel like you are, or I should say was in a constant like fight or flight mode?
And I would say majority fight, like, cause I was like you back then. You couldn't say I wasn't no big fan of being disrespected by nobody. You could be
Mhm.
like I was very respectful. And that was my thing. I was very respectful kid to my elders, to anybody. But the minute I
Mhm.
felt disrespected, then that's when you get the other side of me, which I like. He was a little monster. I would say that he was definitely a little monster. But
Mm.
yeah, I definitely got into it. Then like for the people I did love and care about, I was very overprotective and very defensive. Like I couldn't see nobody I loved or care about being hurt or anything because
Yeah, because
they're
that's
number
something you took personal already.
yeah, very personal.
Which is not a bad thing. That's good, you know. And you know what's crazy is that like even though we didn't talk at that event, you have this presence of like you have such a story behind you, even though you're quiet and like in the cut. Because you know I'm observing, I pay attention. So even though I was sitting around, I still looking at everybody, right? And I'm observing. But I could tell like your presence alone was just like, nah, there's depth to this person, like a lot of depth to you. And sometimes you could just tell when a person has a lot of empathy, right? Because of a lot of stuff they've been through, regardless if it was bad or good. Um, which comes off of you. So it's interesting to hear already, like the backstory so far, and it's deep because that's some really deep stuff that I think stays within you for a really long time,
It does.
and you just learn to cope with it, right? Not like get over it, right? Like is a difference. I cannot stand when people be like, "Oh, you just got to get over it now. You're already 30 something." It's not about getting over it. Like there's something that's always going to be missing from you, right? So you just learn to cope with it at the end of the day and in your daily life. So I would assume this probably played a part on your mental health, like growing up. Would you say that?
Yeah, it played a very big part. By the time I was in third grade, I had a psychologist because I had very
Mm,
bad anger issues. Like literally, I wasn't for none of the teasing, none of the bullying, none of that. Like you teased,
yeah.
and I was very vindictive. I like elementary school. I could say I was wild little bit more than I needed to, but when you
It
got all
happens
that,
though.
yeah,
You know what
I had
happens
like
is like, how old are you now?
37.
Okay. We're the same age. So I feel like our generation, right? The stuff that we went through, our parents didn't go about the guidelines like should have, right? Not saying anything about parenting. But when kids go through trauma, I really believe that you have to get them therapy as soon as possible. It doesn't matter if they're 3, 4, 5, because they think that they're just so little, like, oh, they're going to be fine. No, like in our bodies, right? Our brain automatically goes into defense mode where now any traumatic event is stored, right? And we automatically want to be taking care of ourselves or protecting ourselves. It doesn't matter what the age is. And you know, if
Absolutely.
you don't talk through those feelings, that's when you get all those other things of like acting out, fighting, not giving a fuck, like you don't want to try to hear nobody. And it happens because I was rebellious because of all the shit that I went through too. So, and was it hard for your mom? I guess like going through those motions of like early on in elementary.
I feel like in her eyes, like she thought it was like a more so a phase. I feel
Mm,
like she felt like it was a phase, but like it was actually like something that was sort of like it was mandated. I had to go see a psychologist to like kind of like or they I would have been kicked out of school. So from third to fifth grade, I had a psychologist. I think for her, she just took it as okay, it's a phase. She gonna get over it.
mhm,
Like I don't like know what's going on with him, but he gonna get over it, and that's like kind of how things went through life in general. Like, oh, he's going to, because I got four brothers and I'm the second oldest out of five. So
mm,
I always like move like the big dog amongst all us. But in the same breath, I got like the reputation of the black sheep. I was like, it was like I said, I was never the troublemaker, but I always was the one that was quick to be front line whenever a situation
yeah,
happens. My
10
brother's
toes
fights,
down.
my fight. Yeah, my brother's fights was my fights, and I was willing to take it there with anybody. I don't care if he was a kid or adult, anything. And I did that
Mhm,
about my mother, my step, anybody, like any family member,
mhm.
anybody I loved and cared about. And it just, I don't think, I think she more so was focused on me being labeled.
Ah, okay.
I think she didn't want the label to be attached as far as like, oh, saying, okay, he got this. I'm gonna diagnose him with this. I'm gonna diagnose him with that. So for third and fifth grade, I had it, but even when the psychologist told her, like, I think we should keep this going for him, like, just he needs the help. I think she took me out of it because she more so looked at it like, okay, I don't want them to label him, and then he has his label all his life.
Mm,
But the old, like, once I figured out everything that was going on, like as far as my mental, which I didn't find out till my 20s, it kind of made me look back and really say I wish I would have stayed in it
mm.
because it
Do
would have
you
gave me something else.
find, yeah, like, so do you find that people are quick to label, as especially as young kids, right, that are more active and more like um a little bit more aggressive and have a little bit more anger and make it seem like there's actually some type of diagnosis compared to working through the causes of those actions. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it happens a lot. Like, automatically be like, oh, they got ADHD, or oh, like, they're on the spectrum, or but how you really know? They're still growing. You know what I mean? Like,
I just had anger issues. I got labeled, but it
yeah.
was wrong labels, just like Little Thug and Little Gangster. But like by the time I was like 10 or 11, people was already saying like, "Oh, he's gonna end up dead or in jail," stuff like that.
Mm,
So even at that age, people sometimes don't have an understanding. Like I think when people see kids, they perceive kids like it's they young, they don't know what's going on. But even at an age like that, I've been through so much way before my double digit ages that like I kind of already had a perspective on life, and
mm-hmm.
I honestly didn't like what I was seeing. I didn't even like how things like was said like that about me because I'm like people saying this because you hearing or you seeing like you seeing me
Yeah.
fight, but you don't know why I'm fighting. You don't know the situation. You just automatically assume this is me.
Assuming.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, it wasn't cool at all.
Did you ever talk with your mom like through those years of like what you were really feeling?
The last deep conversation we had, I'll say I was 27. We had a talk, and
Mm-hmm.
it didn't go like I wanted to. It ended with me just like kind of. It for me, I felt like it made things worse. I think she wasn't ready to embrace it or like
Accepting.
accept it,
Mm-hmm.
and it instead of it being a conversation, it just like I said everything I needed to get off my chest, and it was like she gave me a quick apology, then the conversation was over, and it just like I ain't know what to like at that point. I ain't even know how to feel. Like it kind of confused me because it's like
Mm,
when as a man, people automatically think you're supposed to be strong no matter what. Like you can't
mm-hmm.
allow yourself to be broken. But the man that I am, I always think to myself, if I had that nurturing I was looking for, I would have been like it would have balanced me out. Like, cause
You
I
think it
ain't
would have
getting
changed you as you got older?
they able to put me in a different direction. Like, am I thankful for my experiences? Absolutely, but in the same breath, I regret some because I look at it like this: if certain solutions was in place, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of things would have been avoided. I could have still been the protector. I still could have been the problem solver, but it would have been more balanced. I wouldn't have been so quick to say, okay, let my aggression take over. I'm gonna handle it aggressively. I'm gonna do this. I would have been able to more so like try to talk it out before running quick to being physical or violence or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be.
No, it's true because I feel like now mental health in men is not talked about enough, right? And you made a good point on like a lot of people say that like, oh, men are not supposed to cry, they're not just supposed to show emotion. Like, what? We're all human at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, right? Like it needs to be talked about, right? Men need to be able to feel comfortable in a space to talk about emotion. I feel like it's important that there should be more men groups and, you know, you're talking amongst each other and talking about what you've been through. And because if you do have that support, it does create a different space for you where you're not quick to be on defense mode, right? And you feel like you got to protect yourself all the time. Um, so what's the hardest truth that you've really had to accept about yourself then?
I loved and I cared too much about a lot of people when I should have just let go. thing that kind of sunk in. That hit me
Mm,
heavy because it wasn't like somebody said it they self. It's something I had to. It was like I've been running from this conclusion my like for a long time. Like I always make up an excuse for somebody, be like, oh, if they around me and I continue to give the energy I am and continue to be who I am, they gonna change. They gonna embrace it. But
mm,
then it just got to a sad point where it's like, all right, whether it be family, the bros, a relationship, or whatever the case may be. I'm like, I'm
mm-hmm.
literally getting taken advantage of in front of my face, and I'm literally doing what I do from the heart. So stuff like when I accepted that, before I accepted that truth, I saw how it was making me. It was making me worse because I'm like now the defense mode I already got. Now it's being triple because now I'm like this ain't even a physical matter anymore. Like now
Mm-hmm.
people playing with my emotions, they playing with my kindness, and now it comes with me looking at like I people is playing with my character in general, and like it
Mm,
made me way more defensive. Like to the point like if I felt like you was trying to take advantage of me, I just shut down and just distance myself from you in general.
yeah, which is normal because if you're the type to always want to help somebody or change them and they don't, and it's like, why you have me here then, right? I'm doing all these good things for you, but what are you doing for me, right? There's no balance in that
Yeah,
kind of
absolutely.
relationship, and that would set me off too because I've been that type for a long time of like people pleasing, right? Like I'm gonna pour all myself into you, right? Like yes, you might have flaws, but you could be better, right? I could see the potential in you, but then they don't reciprocate. So, and it doesn't feel good, you know what I mean? But that has nothing to do with you specifically. It has to do with really them. That's something that I've learned for sure.
I learned
Um, mhm,
harsh truth to be honest. It was a harsh truth because
mhm,
like I try to explain to people growing up, like being somebody that was in the streets as heavy as I was, like you have to separate yourself at one point from love. Like in certain cases you gotta choose not to feel nothing. And so when I would
yes,
tell people if I choose to show you I love and I care about you, it's not fake, it's not for no materialistic thing, like it's sincere. Because
mhm,
I'm giving you a vulnerable side of me that I rarely give out. So when people would take advantage or some backstab and stuff, like I literally take that to heart. It feels like
that's ready for you to go ham, right? I could just
yeah,
imagine.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, have you ever have felt like pressured in life to like fake being okay?
Yeah, yeah, I did. It came with a course.
Hmm.
Suicide attempt.
Oh my goodness.
Suicide attempt. Few years back. I can honestly say almost 10 years. But
Wow.
it got to a point where I'm everybody I done did for it felt like everybody just turned their back on me. And like I tell
Mhm.
people, it wasn't about asking for nothing in return or saying, "Hey, I want this from you." All I wanted to feel like just appreciate the man that I am. The man that I'm giving you, I'm giving my last from a place of
Yeah.
hurt. So if I
Yeah.
can take out and separate the love I have left away from the hurt and the trauma and everything like that. And I choose to give that to you, and it's not being reciprocated. I'm not appreciated, and I'm viewing a lot of ungrateful stuff.
Yeah.
It hurt to a point, and then it just for a long time I bottled in everything that had happened in my life, all the trauma, all the hurt, all the pain. I just kept bottling it in, and like
Mhm.
it was so many people that seen me in plenty battles. They didn't see me in plenty battles, but it kind of like I had to look around at the people that was with me because I'm like, damn, what I'm really going through, it ain't too many by my side. So that started to affect me. I'm like, anybody call, I didn't have so many people call me when they in situations and I'm
Mhm.
there. Like, give me 10 minutes, give me five, I'm there. But when it came to me, like, just needing like the vent, which I wasn't doing. But if I actually called the vent and people that make themselves available, I'm like, damn,
That
people,
hurt more.
yeah, people have me outside ready for like on wartime. But
Yeah.
like, I need to talk. Like I need to talk. I need to get some of this off my chest. So when that wasn't happening, like I was already a loner. But it's
Mm-hmm.
one thing to be a loner, then it's another thing to be isolated with your thoughts.
Yeah, I
And it just
agree.
happened. It happened to be a day where it was just like voices, like saying they don't need you, they don't care, you don't need it, and like literally like try to smoke weed, it didn't help. Try to like drink, try to listen, try to do anything to get my mind, but then it just like it all like boxed me in, and then I was just
Mm.
all by myself, so it was just me and my thoughts. And at that day, I'll say the thoughts won. They won. They took a hold, and I'm thankful that I survived it, but it
Are
left a
are you comfortable discussing how
yeah,
exactly? If not, that's okay.
pills. It was pills. I literally looked for a knife, couldn't find a knife. I looked for everything, couldn't find it. So like pills, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, by myself, and I did it. And somebody happened to be coming over to check on me, and they happened to see like they opened the door, and they
Mm-hmm.
saw me just like laying there, and I'm going out of it. And they called the ambulance. The next thing I wake up, I'm in the hospital. Hooked to the IVs, and they tell me what happened. I ain't gonna lie, that that was trauma in itself. Like I'm thankful for like I survived and I made it through, but that was trauma in itself because I'm
I
like,
mean,
damn,
I can just imagine. Yeah.
like I'm strong. I'm like one of the strongest people I know, and I'm like I let myself, and that hurt me more that I let so much trauma take a hold of my life that I wanted to take my life. And a lot of people didn't understand. Like when the news got to my family, which I don't like how it got out. I don't
Yeah.
like how it got out because it didn't come from me. Which I feel like with a situation like that, you should. I'll never like that's like you
It's a
telling me.
sensitive topic. Yeah.
Yeah,
It should be
that's
coming
like
from
you
you.
telling me something in confidence such as that, and instead of asking you is it okay to discuss it with somebody, I just go start telling everybody. So everybody start coming around looking at me on some like pity stuff, which I wasn't feeling that at all, and saying, "Oh, I knew something was off. I knew something was wrong. I knew there's like uncles,
You knew
cousins,
it, but where were you?
yeah." And they was like, "I knew since a kid you had things going on," and that bothered me more because it's like you saying this to me, but for you to say that, that's crazy because it's like you knew this since then. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what was the help at? What was the support? Like, you just let me to deal with this by myself.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to tell you I even appreciate you so much for even opening up. That's very sensitive. And honestly, I'm so glad that you are still here, right? Like you are blessed to still be here because a lot of the times it could end the other way, right? And just
Absolutely.
know like you are worthy, right? Like, and it's okay for those times to happen when we are in that dark space and it's so hard. We feel like there's no other way. But also reminding yourself of like, you're here for a reason, you have a purpose, you haven't, even if you haven't found it yet, is going to come. And, you know the love that you're capable of giving and the universe is always going to come in your favor
I
and
totally
blessings only from this point on because I feel like that yeah that was a traumatic event but that's only going to elevate you to another level moving forward. And sometimes, I don't know what you believe in, but sometimes God uses certain people as a vessel, right? To help other people. Because now, especially that you do music, if you're expressing these certain things, you could be helping other people that really be going through it and don't talk about it. And when they hear your story or hear your music, you could be changing people's lives. Have you ever thought about that?
Um, now that you speak of that, because of that, I became I was dubbed a mental health advocate by my peers.
Ah,
My primo, he a mental health
mm-hmm,
advocate too. He like I'm grateful for him because as far as like my life, I was already talking about things I've been through, but I wasn't going too much in depth. But the
mm-hmm.
minute my primo became my manager, he was like, "All right." He was like, "You need to get some of this stuff off your chest." He said, "You vent to me,"
Yeah.
and he said, "I'm always gonna be here to listen." But he said, "Give it to the people," and that was like a few years back. So once I started doing it, and it's for the people, and started doing interviews, like
Mm-hmm.
I happened to do one interview, and a person asked me, "How do you feel about being a mental health advocate. I'm like, she was like, you can help the people with your story with these interviews such as that, and I'm like, I'm all for it. And she was like, well, good, because you already are. Which
Mm-hmm.
it gave me purpose. Like even with my music, it gave me purpose because I didn't get them phone calls from and text messages from people and
Yeah.
messages on my social media from people saying thank you. Your music saved my life. You gave me
Yeah.
hope. You definitely open my eyes to a lot and things like that. Like no money and fame can add up to that at all.
Yeah.
It can't add up to that at all. So I'm like, I'm very grateful to be able to express
Oh, there you go.
my
Hey. Um, I think it's super dope though. So have you thought about even like speaking for like, the young kids, like young teenage guys especially, because I feel like that's where it's really needed, right? The ones that are in the streets or getting into things they shouldn't be.
I just I'll say
Appreciate you.
few months back, my one of my bros, they introduced me to these kids. He asked me to pull up to this community thing he was doing
Mhm.
upstate New York. So I'm like, all right, I got you. He was like, because usually I'll be busy and I don't be meaning to disappoint him, but like I'll be
Mhm.
all over the place. But I made it to the event he was doing for the community. Shout out to Chief, Watch Us Change Us.
Mhm.
And he had these three dudes, young dudes that wanted to be rappers. They good kids, but you
Mhm.
know they listen to the drill rap and they don't come from that. And he was like, I want you to tell them how it is being in this business and what you got to do to become successful. So I told to him and let him know like that life y'all think is it, it ain't it. I come from that. I'm like,
Facts.
and it's, y'all don't want no parts of that. So I made him a deal. I'm like, if y'all can stay out of trouble for because they don't get they like I said they good kids. They go to church and all, but like with kids like that when they it's different when you like being brought up in the suburbs and being brought up in the what we call the hood. When you
The
brought up in the
hood.
hood,
Yeah.
you exposed to a lot more and things like that. And when the suburbs or
Mhm.
like when you are exposed to certain things, it's either through school or the media or whatever the case may be. So I told them if y'all can stay out of trouble, keep your grades up in school, do what y'all got to do. I
Mhm.
was like. I'll book a studio session for y'all so y'all can record y'all
Mm.
first song. I'll pay for y'all first video and
True.
any platforms I have access to. I'll make it happen. They was almost there. They did everything they were supposed to, but one of them, his mother's heavy in the church, and he was
Mhm.
rapping some stuff he shouldn't have been rapping. So
Um,
like I told him, I'm not jacking it or that shoot 'em up bang. Like literally, I rap about certain things, but I rap about the consequences. I don't glorify nothing I did in the past. I rap about the consequences and the pain that come with
yeah.
it. And especially if you like, this is my thing. I always looked at kids that try to glorify the hood that didn't come from there, like being stupid because it's like you literally trying to glorify something. I want to leave. I want to live in the suburbs where you at, but I'm out here dealing with poverty and crackheads and murder and all type
Yeah.
of stuff. And I'm
Because
like,
they
you
think
go.
it's like that's what's gonna make them famous or something. No.
Now I took one. This white kid.
Exactly.
Like we still cool to this day, but I happened to take him out. He was from the suburbs, tough kid. I'll give him that tough. But I happened
Mhm.
to take him to my neighborhood one time, and like not really surprisingly, but shots happened to go off the night, and that night, and
He said, not surprisingly.
he like literally ran to his car, looked at me,
Stop.
and he ran to his car, looked at me. He was like, "Come on, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here." And,
And he was
he was
like, this normal. I'm chilling.
like, "Yeah." I told him, I'm like, and he asked me, he was like, "You deal with this all the time?" Like almost every other night. I'm like I'm used to it.
Mhm.
He was like, yeah, we go.
I'm
He
good.
was like, we're going to the suburbs. But yeah, like they
You did
good
a
kids.
whole
Like
ride along. That's hilarious.
yeah, when they changed when the one kid changed his lyrics, then I'll be proud to make that happen for him. I definitely want to make that
I
happen
think
for him.
that's super dope that you're doing that though, right? Like you're letting them know what it is to be in it you're letting them know like it's not what's up, right? Like it's scary out there, right? And a lot of young kids losing their life. And I think it's super dope that you're providing that space of like, hey, you're giving that incentive, right? Of like, hey, you stick to this, like I got you. And helping the young ones grow up like that would would change a whole lot of things if more people did that. You know what I mean? Um so I want to ask you, like, what are your daily habits that you do now to keep you grounded ever since?
Um, Definitely prayer.
Hey.
Coming from a Christian and Catholic background, you know how that
Hmm.
go. Definitely prayer, meditation, positive thoughts, and reassurance. Like too many people search for validations from others. I search for validation within myself. So every time I wake up and I look in that mirror, I remind myself, you are worthy, you are something special, you
Facts.
something great, and your life has purpose. So
Absolutely.
and I stay busy and active. I keep myself going, like, and everything I do is positive. Like,
Hmm.
so that alone is something that puts me on the right path. Because I can probably say in my younger times, being in the streets or whatever like that. Like I tell people now, the feeling I get from doing what I do now is way great. Like the street stuff didn't give me no validation and it give me no purpose. If anything, I'm blessed to be here. Like and survive what I
Yep.
survived and everything I done seen. So being the artist that I am, and plus being a mental health advocate, that really it makes me proud because I got people that listen to my story and they embrace it. Because a lot of people quick to say, okay, he's not like everybody else. He's not glorified, like, and he's
Yeah.
not.
So just like they're saying right here, right? One of the reasons Carla's saying, one of the reasons I don't listen to rap is because of that reason, right? Glorifying a bad style of a life, which I get.
It's like I grew up off it. I grew up off like hip hop from when it was just the hip hop.
Hmm.
Grew up from that, so and I watch it changed, but the more the media, like the internet, got involved, it became more of a need to present yourself like what you represent in your music. And my thing was, I like nobody can. I love DMX. I love listening to Biggie. I grew up off Jay. I grew up off all them dudes, but me being an artist myself now, it was just like, all right, I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want to be boxed in. I don't want people to see me and
Hmm.
automatically think you know what I'm about to rap about. So I did what I wanted to do and I switched it up. Like a
You
lot of
stand
people,
out, which is I
exactly.
think is good. And look,
No,
Carla's saying, glad you're doing the opposite.
appreciate it,
See?
bro. Appreciate it. Like a lot of people, when they hear my music, they know it's authentic. They know it comes from a real place, which I'm thankful for everybody that listens and tunes in. But like
Mhm.
even with the cursing thing, I took cursing out of my music years ago because like
Mm.
with me now being a father, it's like my kids can listen to every song I record now because I literally took all that away. I literally took that all the way. I took the profanity. I took because I got an image to pay for them too. Like it's not just about
Absolutely.
the man I want
Yeah.
to be, but it's the man I want to present to my kids. And when I see them,
Yeah.
they heavy fans. Like my kids is my biggest fans. They know the word. Like they've been my oldest. She just turned 12.
Mm.
Like this August 12th. August 12th. My
Oh, okay.
baby boy.
Happy belated to her.
Appreciate it. My baby boy
So,
turning. He's turning 8 years old, the 24th, which is this Sunday. And my
mm.
oldest son, he just turned 10 May 21st, Biggie birthday, so I can't forget
Oh,
that.
okay. So you got three?
Yeah, so I
Oh,
gotta
bless.
I gotta stand tall. I gotta stand tall and
Because that's
represent.
the new generation, right? And you want them, I'm sure, to have a better life than what you've experienced. So I think you're already taking the right steps. Yeah, exactly, James. I was surprised with Ola. I loved it, actually. Hold on, we getting some comments. I gotta listen to your music. Yes, where can they go find your music?
Oh, you gotta enter in Carlito, BLONL Black. You can Google that and like literally every digital streaming platform my music is on, it's gonna
I
pop
was
up.
about
It's
to
gonna
say I
pop
don't
up.
listen to cussing. And look at that, he don't curse no more. So you can go listen to his music.
all my music,
Oh,
like over
it's on and
over.
bumping.
Appreciate it. Nah,
Mm.
but I'm like,
There
nah,
you go. There goes the handle. Thanks, James.
I'm definitely happy you rock with Ola. Ola was just a representation. I had to represent for I had to put on for the Afro Latino side, and plus shout out
Google him, babe. You know,
to
Academy.
my
Love it.
hermano, my hermanos in Brennan. He's in Miami. He's Cuban.
Mm-hmm.
That's really like my he like I'll give it to him. He influenced me more to embrace my Hispanic roots and things like that because he do the bilingual with the speaking the Spanish and doing it. And
True.
I'm like, all right, I'm like, nah, let me get like it's time for me to get in my bag and do what I do. So he did the hook for Ola and he
Fire.
was like, just do what you do. He's like, go. He said, met her in Miami, but she come from like so. I'm like, all right, I know what to do with that. So I just match energy.
True. So ever since, first I want to say I'm super proud of you. Like super proud of like just hearing your story, how far you're coming, and even with your own kids now pushing the fact of like I want to set the standard right and something different. I want to stand out. I want them to see like things could happen and you can still do anything you want to do and put your mind to it, which is fire. And one second, who is this? Mm, oh, I got that one. I'm bumping windows down in San Diego. There you go. He lives in Cali. Spread it over there too. Okay.
Appreciate it.
So ever since, have you put in any daily practices of like journaling? I know you said like you do meditation and like your affirmations, but are you in like therapy still, or you just balance yourself with just those things?
The crazy thing is with the suicide thing, they put with the suicide attempt, I got put into a mental hospital for like almost 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And the lady, like, shout out to her, like I don't remember her name, but she definitely was a solid person. She wasn't even the therapist like put for me. It was some other dude, but he didn't know what he was doing. If anything, he would have made it worse if
Oh my
I had
god.
kept talking to him. But she looked out for me. She cried when she knew my story, and what made her
Um.
cry even more is that she knew it was real. Like she was like, I don't care. She was like, you could tell. She was like, she was like, even in the moment like this, you trying to keep that strongness to you, even with all that pain that's behind you, and like yeah, it meant
Yeah.
a lot just to have somebody that looked at me and didn't judge, didn't look down on me, but actually say, okay, I understand, I get it. She
Mm-hmm.
actually told me, I don't see how you still like standing after going through that. But she didn't want me to go. She didn't think I was ready to go. In a sense, I didn't feel like I was ready to go, but I was
Mm-hmm.
missing. I had my daughter at the time, so I was missing my daughter, and I'm like,
Mm.
I gotta find a way. I gotta find a way to get my mental together. I ain't gonna lie. When I first got out, I was still stuck on the fact like, oh, I really try to take myself out. I'm like, I
Yeah.
just survived all this stuff in the streets, all the craziness, and
Yeah.
then I became my biggest enemy, and I tried to take myself out. So it took some time and some understanding between me, myself, and I to have
Mm-hmm.
understanding that like you're not weak for being vulnerable. You only weak
Exactly.
you a child. You're only weak when you choose to be vulnerable with the wrong people, and that was the thing that was my big problem.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the wrong type of people to be there for my time of need, because I was there for them. And something my primo almost always say to me, you can't look at people like you see yourself because you different. He was like, you
Exactly.
different compared. He said, you one of the most like a lot of people always say you one of the most loyal people. You one of the realest. You this and that, all that stuff like that. And it's cool, but I only embrace the people that mean it in a sincere level because some people just say things anything to get on your good side, and then you got them people
Mm-hmm.
that mean it for the bottom of their heart. They proud of your progress. They proud of who you are, and they want you to be everything you can be. So
Yeah,
right
absolutely.
right now, like I ain't gonna lie, the thing having people like my primo, my kids, certain people in my life, it really put me at a point that gave me the energy and the inspiration, the motivation to fight. And I finally, I'll say like these last couple of years have definitely been a different level of peace. I finally found my peace that I could go through life,
Mm.
and I'm not aggressive, and I'm
Aw, I wish I could hug you right now. I
I'm not
love it.
I'm not defensive. I'm not aggressive, and I can
Mhm.
actually. I feel like I said, these last couple of years when I actually start living
Mm,
for myself. I actually start living for myself. So like when I say healthy, like it's definitely been healthy because
that's
I felt like
amazing.
at one point in like most of my life, I felt living for everybody else, trying to make sure everybody else is good. But
You
when
gotta
I
live for
look back,
yourself.
yeah, I definitely wasn't. I'll say that much. I wasn't loving myself. I wasn't caring for myself. I wasn't staying tall for myself. And
Mhm.
like in return, you see the consequences of that. Like, and it's not good. But I can honestly say I'm at a place of peace where I feel like me. My primo was just telling me last night. He was like an interview I recently did. The lady was like, "It's good to see him. Like, he got a beautiful smile. It's good to see him smile more. You could tell he's at a better place in his life and all that stuff like that." And to be honest,
Yeah.
it means the world to me because I done been through so much in my life. Like you know, man,
Aw.
we gotta definitely do another one. Appreciate that, Carlos. Appreciate that. But we can. I definitely would like a part two, but yeah, I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot. Too
Oh, part
much.
2 here, you mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. I know. I wanna know so much more now. Um, I think your story is beautiful. I think that you should congratulate yourself every day on how far you come and, continue doing your crafts and what you enjoy, and it's gonna speak volumes to a lot of people for sure. And if you can, let's just say, step back in time, right, to your younger self, what is something that you know now that you would tell yourself, like your younger
First,
version of yourself?
first of all, I would give my younger self a hug
Oh,
and let him know, like, bro, you got this. All that strength you got inside of you, all that intelligence, all that. It's not for nothing. Like you are something great. Cause like I
absolutely.
think that's kind of something that keep me grounded too. Cause when I really look down and
Mhm.
look back at myself, it's just like it's it's crazy. It's crazy when I really
Yeah.
look back and think of my younger self and I see the man that I am now. It really, yeah, it becomes an emotional moment, but it's more of a happy moment because the kid that I was, he was a loner. He was by
Yeah.
himself. He felt like he had to be overly protective. He had to be defensive. He had to be aggressive. He had to be all that stuff like that. So when I look at
Mhm.
myself now, like I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd. I'm like I embrace who I am now. Like I don't glorify the hood because I don't stay in the hood. Yeah, I go back to the hood here and then I'm a forever like because what the people don't know. I was born and brought up in Virginia first before I got to Brooklyn.
Ah, okay.
I came to Brooklyn super young. So when I came to Brooklyn, I came from two hoods. Anybody that know about Bad News, Virginia, it has its
Mhm.
own reputation in Brooklyn. It speaks for itself. You
Yeah.
people know the reputation. So
Yeah.
I'm literally a kid going between both hoods, and it literally, like I said, it was a gift and a curse. But I'm more so happy that I'm here standing because I got friends and family members that can't say the same. That's literally gone that I
Yeah.
miss, but I even use them as motivation and inspiration. Like, because if they like for the ones that truly cared and love me, they wouldn't want to see me like down and mad and hurting and
They're gonna want
depressed.
you to still succeed and push through and, overcome all
Yeah,
all the bad stuff, which is true. And Carlos made a point, you are meant to who you're meant to be. Absolutely. And I think that you've really found that. Now he's less like his sweater says. Oh,
mhm.
that's dope. Um, what would you say would be your advice to like men in general when it comes to mental health?
To Harry and to all hombres and all that, find your safe space. Find your safe
Mhm.
space. Definitely find your safe space and find balance in your life. Find a place where you can talk. Find someone you can talk to. You can find in someone you can trust. Because that'd be the biggest problem with men. We bottle things in
Yeah.
and then
Mhm.
things explode at the wrong time. Like once you bottle it, don't like the craziest thing about. I can say this from personal experience. You can bottle
Mhm.
so much in to the point. The moment you snap, it can take the littlest thing, and that all
Absolutely.
comes from everything you done bottle in. So men,
Yeah.
find you a safe space. Find someone you could be vulnerable with.
Mhm. I love it. I
Understand. Take the time to understand yourself. Like know yourself, love yourself,
that
care for
part.
yourself.
That part. I think it's super important, right? To really spend time with yourself, know who you are, know what you want to do in life, give yourself the love, right? Because if you don't love yourself first, nobody's going to be able to love you, right? So it's really important. I do it for I go to the movies by myself, I eat by myself, I'll read,
Shit.
yeah, because it's important you spend that time where you're grounding yourself outside of everything else. And then you can come and bring all your positiveness to other people. But you need to fill your own cup first before you're able to fill anybody else's. Um, but I'm definitely interested in if you are doing any like events or for like mental health, like I'm all for it. Let me know. I would love to do like a collab or something. Um,
I
in any
definitely will
capacity.
do. I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put me and my team. We trying to put some things together because this thing we do is deeper than the music. It's way bigger than the music. And as far as even being step into the realm of being a mental health advocate, is just
Mm-hmm.
it's not just for men.
Love you.
It's definitely not just for men. It's for women and like too. I just I want to play my part in being a solution to a problem that's out here and show people no matter the trauma, no matter the pain, you can prevail, you can rise, you can be everything you need to be.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. It's everyone, right? Women, men, children. I think children especially, right? Because that's the new generation coming up. And if we're able to create a space that will help them elevate in life and not fall, that'd be great to do so.
Absolutely.
Don't go to the movies alone. That's my piece. Do you have anything on deck before I let you go? Something you want to play for everyone listening?
Um,
If you want to. I mean, if you don't, it's okay.
I'm gonna play something.
All
It's a
right.
song. It's a song that's off my new album called Deeper Than Rap. The song is called "Laying Here." It was
Mhm.
I made the song in regards to Men's Mental Health Week. It was about that. Like literally, I wrote the
Mhm.
song around that time and recorded it. So I'm gonna play that.
Okay.
Let me know if you can hear it.
All right.
To have an outside of studio that make
I
or
can hear
have
it.
this.
Y'all can hear it. Y'all listening?
Just let it
I
go.
can hear it.
Get some room to breathe. Let go of some of these burdens and give your mind that peace. It's days up and down, looking for a pick me up. The person taking everything for giving up. Keep falling, but I'm all alone. The one to lift me up. Ain't no my mental, but my body always feeling numb. Gave my heart when it was broken, that's why I be feeling dumb. Can't even move the same. Life got me feeling drunk. Actually, show hate, but your words said you got love for me. Take what I should give. What more do you want from me? Other people choose when they did it all because of me. Moving like birds, I ain't surprised when they be ducking me. Treatment like a bird that act like they had enough of me. Cut people off cause they energy and trouble me. Just started living, how you wanna see me finish? Kick me when I'm down with when I fight back, yeah, I'm tripping. To maintain my peace, I move like a man on a mission. To maintain my peace, I move like a man on a mission. I'm just laying here with my eyes closed. It feels like this is how every day goes. So my picture have a soul for me. It's the world already bored of me. I'm just standing here with my eyes closed. It feels like this is how every day goes. It's on my picture have a soul for me. It's the world already ordered me. Deal with it alone, so they question they gon' damage. So out of line, I be looking more to scramble. I've been through so much, please tell me how I'm standing. Work on myself, but know my anger need to be managed. Take a perfect picture of myself, now it's blood on the canvas. Plus, cause I'm alive, I couldn't been dead or remanded. I give my all plus I'm dead. Every time they call me, I call they disappear. On Eve, they stole me. Locked up with the trauma, I just hold God part of me. I shut up to the turn of every time, suck the bugs. Yeah, they love when I needed love. They were starving me. Like that was a part of me, like blood in my arteries. Just laying here. With my eyes closed. It feels like this is how every day goes. I saw my bitches.
And when's your new album dropping?
Oh, this is already out.
Oh, it's out already.
Yeah,
Terrible.
this album dropped June. It dropped a little after my birthday. It dropped
All
June
right,
7th.
everybody go download that.
Download Deep in
I'm
the
hyped
Rap.
to hear it all. I
Powerful
love
album.
it. True. Okay. I love to see it. I love to see it. Well, I appreciate your time. Are you coming to the cipher?
My son's birthday.
Oh, that's right. It's the same day.
I told Joey, I'm like, definitely let me know when you go. I'm gonna make it my business to be there.
Yeah.
Because I'll be in New York for a good minute. So
A lot of cats, obviously, I know. Terrible, right? Like, we just met. He just started following me, and then I was like, oh, all right, let's bring him on. You know, I promise I'm gonna catch up. I promise. We're gonna need a part 2.
Yeah, definitely.
To dig into you more. And yeah, we'll take it from there, and then definitely collab on some stuff. I'm excited. I have some ideas, and I think you're already doing great things. You're gonna continue doing really great things, and you have really an amazing story. Even you should even think about writing a book. There you go.
That's definitely. I definitely plan on doing like a documentary. Me and my primo, we talked about that for years, but now it's getting to the like a pivotal point in my career where I can be like, all right, I done
I
did a
think
lot.
that'd be fire.
I'm gonna definitely do a documentary. It's a bunch of people that already was like, yo, bro, I'll be a part of it. No
Yeah.
that, because I don't want it to be just me speaking. I definitely wanted to be people that personally know me, that know what type of man that I am, and so I'm looking forward to doing that too. We got a lot of things. Me and my team, we got a lot of things in the work. We definitely got a lot of things in the work. Got to keep the wheels in motion.
I love it. Yes. Great things only coming. Awesome. If you want to let everybody know what your handle is again, where they can follow you on all platforms.
Simple for everybody out there on the IGs. I'm the real Carlito Black. I'm the real Carlito Black. On Facebook, it's Carlito BLONL Black. That's the same on Twitter and TikTok also. So you know what to do. Get in tune and work.
That's it. Yes. Go download that album too. I'm excited for you. And I really appreciate you sharing your story and hopping on. And let me know when you want to do part 2. We'll bring you back.
All you gotta do is just let me know the date I'm on here for.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate the opportunity, Cecilia. It was a dope interview. I definitely.
I honestly, I wasn't even. Sometimes I really prep, right? Like I'll be like, all right, this is the topic I'm gonna do. But like I said, I felt your presence, right? So like something told me like I'm just gonna let it flow. And it just flowed.
Best kind of interviews. Those are the best kind.
Yeah. I was like, all right, we'll see what happens. And it was amazing. I loved it. Shout out to everybody watching. Go share this. So whoever didn't watch it live, they could watch it after. And show Carlito some love. He really came with it today. So thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right. Until next time. I will be on tomorrow. I have another guest, so y'all can tune in. Subscribe to On Call with China Doll in the YouTube too. I'm creating that new page. I'll be transferring all my interviews over there. But also follow my Instagram, China_Doll27, and my TikTok. And I'll see you tomorrow.